Hi, this is Bruce, as in tbrucewitta.com. I announced in a text review, as opposed to a video review, that a review of actually the new Ludwig series, the Superlight steel shell drums, at affordable prices. Talk about it, affordable, $180 for a 14 by 4 inch snare drum. That I was going to change, shift orientation to gear reviews, drum reviews, and God knows we need them on the internet. We need them on the web. With the exception of Jim Pettit's excellent My Cymbal retail site for sure, but it's accurate. You get to hear the cymbals. There's not a lot of, it's slim pickings out there. And so we're going to review such things as the single post Premier 252 pedal. It's a pedal that even if you're heel down player and rest your heel on the, obviously on the heel board or the heel plate, you're heel up player, because the heel section is raised 2 inches, inflexible, not adjustable off the floor, but everything else is adjustable. And I'm getting back into this pedal. I loaned it to a colleague for 5 years or something, and I'm really digging it. We're going to be reviewing old items. This is, for example, this is an A Zildjian 16 inch, the first thing I ever owned, the first drummer cymbal. This was among them. And this is the only one I've kept from that era. Flexible. So guess what we're going to review in the weeks and months to come. I reported to you from NAMM 2013 winter. 2014 is upon us, and I will report from 2014 winter NAMM. Look how flexible these cymbals are. For now, this is not the real review of the new A Zildjians. Whole line, A Zildjians. Don't be confused by the stylized A, which is borrowed from the A Custom, which is not being changed, but the A Zildjian line has been retweaked and retooled back to 1960 standards by Paul Francis and Leon, under the watchful eye of Leon Chapini, who's seen it all over the years. So, we've got a lot of reviewing to do, got a lot of living. Anyway, and it's New Year's. Talk about pay to play, they pay me not to play. Okay, so we're going to be, in the months to come, in the weeks to come, reviewing a lot of stuff, both new and old. You buying old stuff on eBay or wherever, 1927, Ludwig standard snare drum. But for now, we're going to be teasing you with an upcoming review of the A Zildjian retweaked line. The original 16, the new 16. Incidentally, 16 thin, 16 medium thin. 23 inch sweet ride. Now, there was no sweet ride in the 60s, but certainly this harkens to the 60s. The taper, which is not the curvature, which has been tweaked too in all the cymbals. The relative distribution of metal from here to here. The edges are thinner in all the cymbals. They're really expressive. the 14 new beats, tweak the 60 standards. Let's do it. It's New Year's Eve. Anything goes. Except we can't exceed our time limit. Here's the 14th. They feel so good. Honestly, I'd given up Zildjian. I mean, not Zildjian. I mean, I love them. I reported on the symphonics. The heavies right here. We can get into all that. We're going to be doing a lot more gear reviews. 14. The footnote to the super light review, 14x4, is that I rented a mega drum set to a record company for the use of Donnie Wynn, who cherry-picked and ended up with a 24-inch Camco, 2 Yamaha toms, and 8 or 9 snare drums. Guess which one he picked? A DW. Dyed-in-the-wool DW guy. He picked the Ludwig Super Light 14x4. All I gotta say is I got it back from Donnie, who played some scary tracks. So creative and solid. Ludwig, if you're awake, and Ludwig is the sleeping giant of drum companies, shorten the tension rods on the 14x4 if you can. Otherwise, if you buy one, you've got no worries. This is a $2,000 snare drum for $180 US. Do the math. Do the feel. You know what? You could hear me play harmonica again and decide what you'd rather hear. I love the super light. I love drum gear. I love the drum how-tos we publish, but we've already got 60 drum gear reviews on this site. It's a rare thing on the internet. And we're going to be doing a lot more in the future. So, Happy New Year's to you if you celebrate your new year from January 1st on instead of some fiscal year that begins April 1st. And my best to you and your best to me. And to Vitor from Brazil. And you can write to me, anybody can write to me and get painfully detailed responses. Vitor in Brazil, you're going to be okay in that recording session. And I'm going to get back to you again with some more tips, but it's cool, okay? You're going to be fine. And I recommend cymbals and type, and it's all non-denominational. That's the point. I don't endorse a cymbal company. I used to, but I don't anymore. So you get to hear Paisti, Koidi from Japan, by Zildjians, Zildjians, and that's pretty much the shape of things to come. This is Bruce. Thank you so much for keeping your eye on this site. New Year's Eve.